It's late at night. Your brain is tired, your willpower is low, and you're doing what most people do when they're exhausted: scrolling. You're not shopping for fun. You're shopping because something broke, wore out, or annoyed you just enough to justify buying a replacement. You find it. It's reasonable. It's not flashy. You add it to the cart. Then checkout hits you with those two words that instantly change your mood: shipping fee. Not because you can't afford it, but because it feels wrong. It feels like paying for air, like tipping a machine, like lighting money on fire for no reason. Your thumb hovers, and then salvation appears. Bright, friendly, optimistic. Only a little more to unlock free shipping. And just like that, the entire goal of the purchase changes. You're no longer buying an item, you're solving a problem. You tell yourself, "I'm not falling for this." And then immediately, you fall for it. You scroll, you search, you hunt for something cheap to bridge the gap. You add it, you check out, and you feel victorious. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You didn't save money. You paid extra to avoid emotional discomfort. And that reaction, that tiny moment of relief, is one of the most profitable psychological tricks ever invented. In normal situations, humans are surprisingly good at evaluating value. We compare prices. We weigh trade-offs. We ask, is this worth it? But the moment the price hits zero, the rules change. Free doesn't behave like a normal discount. It behaves like a threat. Your brain interprets free as, if I don't take this, I'm losing something. Fear enters the decision. Logic exits the room. You wouldn't drive across town to save $3, but you'll stand in line for an hour for something labeled free. Because once cost disappears, time, effort, and risk stop being counted. Free creates urgency without value. And companies know this. Free shipping isn't generosity, it's math. Retailers know exactly how much the average customer spends. So they set the free shipping threshold just high enough to force you to stretch, but not high enough to feel unreasonable. That number isn't random, it's engineered. And here's the part most people miss. Shipping costs are often already baked into the product price. So when you add an extra item to avoid shipping, you aren't hurting the company. You're increasing their profit margin. That extra item usually has the highest markup and the lowest return rate. You didn't beat the system. You worked for it. You became an unpaid logistics assistant helping move inventory. And this same trick shows up everywhere. Buy one, get one free deals feel generous. But ask yourself one question. Would I have bought two if this wasn't framed as free? If the answer is no, the deal didn't save you money. It increased your spending. BOGO isn't about helping you. It's about clearing shelves. Retailers don't want one item gone. They want space. So instead of paying for storage, they move that cost into your home. Your closet becomes the warehouse. Your house becomes the holding facility. That free item now costs space, mental clutter, and eventually more money. And this is where free starts getting dangerous. The most dangerous version of free isn't shipping or BOGO, it's 0% financing. No interest, no downside, no risk. Or so it sounds. But many of these deals rely on one thing: you being human. Miss one payment, miss one deadline, have one emergency, and suddenly all the interest you thought you avoided gets added retroactively, often at brutal rates. The business model doesn't depend on discipline, It depends on mistakes. And even if you pay it off perfectly, the cost of financing is usually already baked into the price. You paid for the illusion of free, just not in a way you could see. Now step into the digital world. Free apps, free platforms, free tools. They don't charge your wallet. They charge your attention and your data. Every click, pause, and scroll is tracked. You aren't the customer. You're the product. Your preferences are sold. Your habits are shaped. Your focus is fragmented. Free doesn't mean harmless. It means the payment is invisible. Free-to-play games work the same way. You download them for $0, but the game is designed with artificial weighting, friction points, and controlled frustration. Once you're emotionally invested, spending feels painless. $5 here, $10 there. There's no ceiling. A $60 game has a fixed cost. A free game has infinite potential spending. Free opens your wallet wider than a price ever could. Then there are free trials. They don't rely on deception. They rely on inertia. You tell yourself you'll cancel later. Later becomes months, and suddenly that free trial quietly drains your account. The product didn't win you over. Your schedule lost. So why do we keep falling for this? Because free removes perceived risk. We think we'll stay disciplined. We think we'll remember. We think we're rational. But we overestimate our self-control and underestimate systems designed to outplay us. This isn't a fair market. It's a casino with invisible odds. So how do you stop paying the free tax? Here's the rule that changes everything. Ignore savings. Look only at total money spent, not what you avoided paying, not what you got for free, only what actually left your account. If free increases that number, it isn't free. Slow yourself down. Walk away from carts. Delay purchases by 24 hours. Automate payments early. Question urgency. Free relies on speed. Value survives patience. In the modern economy, free is rarely generosity. It's strategy. Someone always pays. And most of the time, it's the person who feels clever clicking buy. Seek value, not freebies. I'll see you in the next one.